Hi everybody, this is a track called Cobra and Mongoose, and I apologize for the quiet music. My speakers are just starting to turn on. As you might have heard me explain before, they take a while to warm up. Anyway, as you're watching this video, please rate the quality of the track, not the quality of the recording. As I've mentioned on a couple of my videos, sometimes when I'm creating a track I like to have a story for it. It helps me create the track sometimes if I get stuck. And this one is supposed to allude to the battle of a cobra and a mongoose. One of the fun features of this track is the half pipe, which we went through a moment ago, and that the computer absolutely cannot, for any reason, take. Half pipes do not work if you want the computer to be competitive. One time I made this track called Rio Pobrecito, which is Spanish for poor little river, and it absolutely did not work. It was a 16-piece, 16-wide half pipe of 100% track, and absolutely did not work. The game kept crashing. The game would lock up while I was racing, and the computer couldn't even come close to doing anything on it in terms of racers. So the moral of that story is, if you create a half pipe in your tracks, don't be ambitious. This half of the track that we're on right now is the mongoose half of the track. The cobra half of the track I'll do next. Oh goodness, that was a mistake. Sometimes these tracks, the way they twist around, they just make my gut turn. I love it. And we are on the cobra half of the track this time. As you might have seen, here's the half pipe. As you might have seen as we were going around it, the coil, you'll probably understand why this is called the cobra side of the track. And when I created this track, I put those jumps in there purposefully as traps to try and make it harder for racers by disorienting them, by throwing the camera up into the track above. These jumps, I'm going to show you this trap up here that I set that works fairly well. I'll show you when I get there. Here we come. And it kicks you off the track, and the way it's supposed to work is it's supposed to knock you onto the level below. And that's usually what happens. I'm a big fan of putting traps in tracks. I think it makes them just a little bit more challenging. And it's kind of mean. So there's that. This part right here is supposed to simulate the forked tongue of the cobra. On the left fork, which I missed, there are all kinds of power-ups, and then there's none on the right. So that was cheap. Here's another similar fork to the right there on the invisible track. No power-ups. There we go. That'll help with this, the rib cage. It's just not easy since there's no sidewalls and lots of stuff to blow up on. Okay, that was close. Oh gosh! Pretty happy there were no draw issues with that this time. I used to have one of those big old box PS2s, and it could never handle that section of track, ever. And that is Cobra and Mongoose.